The earliest human tools were used as far back as 2.6 million years ago. Flash forward to about 15,000 years ago, and we domesticated our first animal, the dog. Then 5,000 years after that, we domesticated cattle. 9,000 years ago, we domesticated horses. From then on, we have used animals for transportation. And in 3000 BC in early Mesopotamia, we integrated tech with animals for the first time. Also known as the Arid, this early plow started a long line of weird and peculiar history of biological machines. From grinding seeds to thrashing wheats, animals have been used long before batteries or engines. This utilization of animals was necessary for early humans and thus integrated into society regularly. It was integrated so regularly that at one point a dog powered a butter churn, which leads us to our first odd example, the turnspit dog. This dog was a short, long bodied dog breed that was bred to run on a wheel and that was located high up on the wall near the fireplace. The wheel would spin the meat over the fire so that the meat would cook evenly. Also known as the Venator cur, or the dog that would turn the wheel, this stopped people from having to turn meat by hand. And let me tell you how much I hate this dog. This dog was seen as a common kitchen appliance, which is why I hated this animal for the longest time, because since it was so common as a kitchen appliance, no one thought to write it down. The first mention we have of this dog is in 1576 under the name Turnspit. These dogs replaced the lowest servant for this task and were sometimes motivated, with air quotes, with a hot coal. There is also a mention of them being used as foot warmers in church. And there's even a story that when the bishop was preaching, and he uttered the line, and it was then that Ezekiel saw the wheel. At the mention of the word wheel, several turnspit dogs who had been brought to church as the foot warmers and footrests ran for the door. This little animal got this whole video idea started, because as soon as we had animals and tools, we combined the two. It's also funny to me to think that this little mutt-looking dog, working long, hard weeks, would hear the word wheel while it was laying down at its owner's feet and just book it for the door. Much like how a dog nowadays would react to the word walk as we approach the door. But thankfully, after spit turning machines became very available, people dropped the dog faster than last season's clothes, as they were now a sign of poverty. The next section of the weird history of biological machines is prosthetics. Historians aren't quite sure whether the first prosthetics were for functional or practical use, but the first known prosthetic was found in Cairo, Egypt, and dates back to 950 BC. It was a fake toe found underwater named the Cario toe. There was also another toe known as the Greville Chester toe. Another notable prosthetic was the capula leg, which dates back to 300 BC and was made of bronze and hollowed out wood and was held with leather straps. These and many more led to our modern day prosthetics. Due to the breakthroughs in tech and the influence of war, modern prosthetics have come a far way from the fake toe found in Egypt to the machines that emulate leg and hand movements as closely as possible to the natural limb. When a man becomes more machine than man, though, we get into a new subject, which is the first fictional subject of the video, which would be cyborgs. The first notable mention of this was in an Edgar Allan Poe poem called The Used Up Man, or The Man That Was Used Up. The next notable mention of this would be the $6 Million Man. Now, I know this is a large gap of time, but the $6 Million Man, which is a show about a man who got injured while working for the military, got his body replaced, and became more man than human, and then was thus able to perform superhuman activities. Another honorable mention would have to be the Terminator, which leads us to our next subject. The necrobotics. Necrobotics, or the use of dead animals for machinery, is something that was uniquely fascinating to me. When I looked this up on the wiki, I kid you not, breaking the veil a little bit here. Cut to me, guys, cut to me, editors. Breaking the veil here. Literally, the third thing down on the wiki was fabrication. Put it up on screen right here. Fabrication on how to do this. Back to the normal editing style. So, what they did is in the Princeton Innovation Lab at Rice University in Houston, Texas, published a paper in Advanced Science introducing the concept and demonstrating its capability by repurposing dead spiders as robotic grippers and applying pressurized air to activate their gripping arms. The fabrication goes like this. Obtain a spider, euthanize the spider using a cold temperature around -4 Celsius, for 5 to 7 days. Step 3, insert a 25 gauge hypodermic needle into the spider's back or main body. Step 4, apply glue around the needle to form a seal and allow it to dry. Step 5, connect a syringe or pump to the needle. Step 6, extend the spider's legs by pumping in air. This was crazy to me, and we're going to go a little off the script here, guys, but I hope you guys, don't hate it too much. Animals and technology have been intertwined for as long as we've had technology and have had domesticated animals. I know a big thing that I wanted to add in this video was Frankenstein, as technology was used to put a man back together, or multiple men back together in this case. And I actually went out and bought the book for it. If I can find it, I'll put it up on screen, or I guess I'll just show up a picture of it. I was fascinated by this subject. The first 3 things that I found when searching this up was when we used animals to turn on wheat wheels, or when we would use them to travel from place to place. And the turnspit dog, which is my least favorite, was uniquely curious to me because I saw a lot of YouTubers going over it, and a lot of them pointed out the fact that it was such a commonplace thing that we didn't even think about it. The person who first introduced me on YouTube to the turnspit dog was Mini Minute Man, which is a channel I've been following for quite a while now, and am a personal big fan of it. It got me very curious to think what it would be like to go down this little rabbit hole and possibly make a video about it. With that being said, we see biological machines in our everyday today life, so much so that we don't even think about it. For example, knee replacements have become so common, I have 3 in my family alone in the past 5 years. We now have technology that can print out small organs and even bones out of metal and other materials. Where biology has failed, we as humans have picked up the slack, and we're not the only ones to have done that. Other animals have been observed using tools as well, such as crows. Biological machines, to boil it down, is simply us as animals using what nature has provided to work in tandem for our survival. With that being said, I hope you liked the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and have a good one. Hey, Editor Logan here. I wanted to add this in at the end of the video because I wanted to say thank you guys for watching my videos so far. Last video we got about 300 views, which is insane for me. I know there was a lot of videos that I've recorded and then deleted, and 300, I believe it was 352 at the time of recording this, which is just a huge milestone for me. If we can beat my buddy Michael over here with 50 subscribers, then I would be super happy, and I would love to rub that in his face. So make sure to like, subscribe, and honestly, if we can get over 50 subscribers, I think we'll be doing pretty good. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.